What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Humbug Outdoors Fishing. It's your boy C. Smith here, and today we are going to be doing a reel review video. This is a video that I have been looking forward to, and I know some of you guys have too, and that is on my Shimano Metanium DC XG. So I didn't want to do a review video the second I got it because this is kind of a specialty item, and I really didn't want to do a review not knowing anything about it because I know you guys wouldn't like that either, and I'd be giving an inaccurate review, and that's not something I want to do and upload to this channel. So I took 2 or 3 months to fish with this, and now fish the living crap out of this reel now, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go over some of the specs and my review on it. For those of you who don't know what a DC reel is, it is a digital control casting reel, and basically what that means is there's a digital chip inside that helps the spool move a certain way so you can get more accurate casts and longer casts. And it also results in an electronic digital sound when you cast it. The people call it the DC whine. I'll play a little clip of it right now. Okay, so that little sound right there, people absolutely love it. This reel right here is a JDM reel, and for those of you who don't know what JDM is, that means a Japanese domestic market. And basically that means it's from Japan. I got mine off of Amazon, and mine came pretty fast. I was pretty impressed with it. But Japan Tackle, I know they've gotten really good reviews. You know, they've sold some stuff like this. And I also know that, well, eBay does okay, and there's a couple other websites that you can go and get stuff like this from. And so I'm gonna put some of the specs right here for you guys. Okay, so this thing actually has a pretty decent sized spool. This thing can hold 130 yards of 10-pound line, which is actually pretty impressive for a low profile, you know, bait caster. The one I have is an 8:5:1 gear ratio, which is the XG model. This one turns in about 20 to 33 inches per turn of the handle. It's 6.8 ounces, so it's fairly light. It's got 13.8 pounds of drag, which is pretty good, and 9+1 bearings, and the MSRP is about $450 to $500. Okay, so the first thing that I'm so impressed about with this reel is the castability. You know, when I first got it, I was a little hesitant because I didn't know how to open this side plate up, and I didn't know anything about it. So I just had it on the standard settings that come in the box, and it was casting okay. It was casting like a normal reel, but I wasn't impressed. I was going, you know, I just spent $500 on this fishing reel. This thing better be able to launch my bait out there. And I was a little, you know, disappointed by it. And that's why, a good thing I didn't do a review at the time, because I didn't know anything about it. And I figured out on the side plate right here, you have your original, you know, all Shimanos usually have those right there. Well, the last one is your open. And so basically you use that to undo the thing inside. You guys have probably never seen that before. That's the digital chip breaking in there. The really cool part about this is there's separate settings right here that have it for the different types of line. So this says PE, so this is for braid. The F is for fluorocarbon, and then there's an N setting, which is for nylon or monofilament. When I was throwing the fluorocarbon, I actually had it on the nylon setting, and the N setting, and I was doing okay, but then I switched it over to the PE, not knowing anything about it, and I absolutely bombed a Senko. I mean, I casted this thing so dang far. And after that, I was just in love with the reel because I kind of found my piece with it, and I knew how to use it at that point. And that goes on to my next subject here is this bait throws light lures exceptionally well. It says it's ranged from about 3/8 to 1 ounce, but you can easily get by with a quarter ounce bait on here. Just a weightless Senko. I mean, I can throw a weightless Senko farther on this reel than any reel that I have ever used in my life. Not to mention it casts 3/8 chatterbaits really well. It casts 1/2 ounce jigs really well. It's a very all-around versatile bait, but I would say especially lighter lures is your way to go with this reel. Works very, very well with a Dobbins Fury 734C, which is their 7'3" 7'3" heavy action rod. And for a heavy, it throws Senko's absolutely amazing. It's going to be my go-to frogging rod, go-to just all-around rod. And if you really want to do other stuff with this too, the 733C by Dobbins is also another good one for it as well. All around, casting wise, I would give this thing a 9.5 out of 10. Every once in a while I backlash, but it's very, very rare. On looks, I mean, come on, it's a Shimano Metanium. I mean, they literally took the same exact Metanium style and made it a DC. Like, they literally took Shimano's best reel and made it a DC. Like, that's just, like, it's just ridiculous.
That was legitness.
Yeah. Absolutely sick. I would say for durability, so far I had one little issue with the spool, but I think it was a user error, and I just undid the side plate and put it back in, and then the reel was doing fine. I don't know what that was about, but I've had no problem since then. The reel is very, very sturdy. The drag is very, very strong. I mean, I hooked a 3.5, 4 pounder on a bed last week on this reel, and I had the drag a little, you know, set down a little bit on accident, and that sucker, he zipped some drag on this thing before you guys all know when you set the hook on a fish and your drag's messed up and that fish just starts running, you think it's a tank. That's what happened with this. The drag worked buttery smooth. Most of the time I have it on a lockdown drag just because I use heavier line and I like horsing big fish in. The only thing that I have to say with this is this spool, this what's it called? This spool tension knob on the side, it doesn't click when you move it. That is the only thing I think they could have done, because I know some of Shimano reels don't do that, but I know a lot of reels have that click, and that I really wish kind of had a little bit, you know, a little bit of a sound. I don't know. It just, for me, I like that. And I've seen some reviews on that, and other people have thought the same thing. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff you're supposed to do for a YouTube video. And yeah, if you guys want to see me do more review videos on Shimano, Dobbins, any of the other brands that I use, I'd be more than welcome to do that. But for now, we will see you guys next time on Humbug Outdoors Fishing. Yee!